Their 9-year-old girl in a house fire. And today, Phoenix firefighters, along with dozens of volunteers, came together to prevent a tragedy like that from happening again.
Yeah, they installed more than 150 new smoke alarms in homes that needed them. Fox 10's Nicole Garcia has the story.
Dozens of volunteers went.
At Liberty Mutual, we make
it's heated up. Opponents say it's time to hit the brakes because the cameras invade people's privacy, but supporters argue they make their own.
So let us show your ride some love.
Donation records, you'll see that he is entirely funded by these two corrupt photo radar companies.
Whoa.
And I say they're corrupt because these people have been indicted and convicted for conspiracy, fraud, and corruption.
Okay, you can see all the fireworks tomorrow at 5:30 on
the home, but she didn't.
Back here at 9 o'clock.
Donation?
Very offensive against ISIS with the UAE.
This is bigger. This made my heart. There's something that's good.
Victoria's father was overwhelmed to see so many people volunteering to help. His home did not have any working smoke detectors. He says he's proud that the Phoenix Fire Department and the community are coming together to install free smoke detectors in Victoria's honor.
I see amazing help for everybody, for the kids, for the fathers, for the school. Man, it's lovely.
2 of Victoria's siblings are still in the hospital 1 month later, recovering from their burns. The father says he's grateful they survived.
U.S. officials say they are trying to determine if the air.
We focus on something else, and the kids, you know, they don't have the attention they require. I tell everybody, please take care of your kids, love your kids, more than anything else.
Reporting in Phoenix, I'm Nicole Garcia, Fox 10 News.
It's a story we first told you about yesterday. A Detroit, Michigan man who walks some 20 miles round trip to and from work every day. His car broke down a decade ago and he's never been able to afford a new one. Well, a great update to his story tonight. James Robertson will now be making his commute much differently after he was given the keys to a brand new car. A round of applause for a man who's totally overwhelmed. James Robertson looks as though he might cry as he checks out his new car, a gift from a car dealership.
How do you like it?
James says he doesn't just like it.
I love it.
All while successfully recruiting new followers across the globe. In a Fox News special, Greta Van Susteren takes an in-depth look at the terror group's mysterious leader and where they came from.
We see perhaps as many as 125 different languages being used by ISIS and ISIS accounts.
People may not have homes or jobs or cars, but everyone's got a phone.
When we were sitting in the car, he almost started to cry, and I'm like, James, you can't do that. You're gonna make me cry too.
It was incredible. I almost started crying, but to see Sunday, my goal was to just get him in a beater to get him from work and back. I had a goal of $5,000 to raise.
Instead, Evan Leedy, a student at Wayne State, has raised more than $300,000 with his GoFundMe account. And the dealership has donated this brand new, beautiful Ford Taurus. Exactly what James has wanted.
The reason why I picked the Ford Taurus is I remember the old Tauruses from the 80s. They never were this fancy or anything. But like me, they have a strong heart from the inside.
James sure has a whole lot of heart, and his story has resonated in the hearts of so many all over the world.
And I'd like to thank all the people who made all the contributions. You guys are the real heroes as far as I'm concerned.
Lots of heroes in this story. Banker Blake Pollock noticed James walking along the Crooks Road and started giving him rides about a year and a half ago. He's the one who got the story to the Detroit Free Press. And now he says James has to drive him.
I told him that, when he gets this car, I'm selling mine, and, I'm his responsibility now. Really, I'm glad he's going to have the independence that a car provides.
So after James gets his tutorial inside, he's off to work. His perfect attendance record intact, and his trip a whole lot nicer.
Whenever I step into it, it will remind me of where I've been and where I'm going right now.
Christy C. What an inspiring man. And as you heard in the story, one of the most incredible things about James, he never missed a day of work, even with having to work through all of that snowy weather for all of those years. So congratulations to him. Hope he enjoys his new car.
Taking a look at what is trending today, how about Rosie O'Donnell? After just 6 months since returning to the talk show The View, she's leaving again. Wow. O'Donnell walking away from the daytime talk show to focus on her 5 kids, and her and Whoopi Goldberg just do not seem to get along. So maybe that had something to do with it. She recently split with her wife back in November, so she wants to focus on her family.
Well, and the cable giant Comcast may have done it again, addressing a bill to an unhappy customer with some profanity. A few weeks ago, the company apologized for sending a bill to a Washington state man where they'd swapped out his first name with a bad word. You can see it's blurred out there on our screen. Well, the bill showed up in Ricardo Brown's mailbox after he had called to cancel his service. And now another person, a Chicago woman, says the same thing happened to her, except a different bad word was substituted in the address to this woman, Mary Bauer. She said it happened after she lodged repeated complaints about her service. Comcast says it's investigating the incident.
Whoops. And last but not least, remember this guy? You probably do. His mugshot went viral. People were admiring him for his good looks. Jeremy Meeks became known as the hot mugshot guy. Well, California man who was arrested last June in a gang crackdown pleaded guilty in November to felony possession of a firearm, and now he is heading off to prison. Meeks was just sentenced to more than 2 years behind bars.
And big shipping shut down, why things are coming to a halt at ports all along the West Coast.
Here's a new trick for the same old dinner.
Have had issues with paying their own taxes. Chief Congressional Correspondent Mike Emanuel has details.
There are new questions about